The courthouse steps seemed steeper than usual as I climbed them, my briefcase heavy with evidence that would destroy my only brother. Inside that leather case were bank statements, medical bills, and the last words my mother ever wrote, a shaky note asking why the treatment stopped. Today, I would answer her question in front of a judge, jury, and the brother who let her die for his fairy tale wedding. My name is Sofia Martinez, and I'm a financial auditor for a major healthcare company. Numbers don't lie, even when family does. Growing up, everyone said Gabriel and I were opposites. I was the responsible one with the scholarships and steady job, while Gabriel was the charmer who could talk his way out of anything. For 32 years, I'd cleaned up his messes. But this time, he'd gone too far. It started 18 months ago when Mom called with the diagnosis. Stage 2 breast cancer. Treatable, the doctors said, with aggressive intervention. The catch? Her insurance would only cover basic treatment. For the advanced immunotherapy that gave her an 85% survival rate, we needed $80,000. Don't worry, Mom, I'd said, holding her hand in that sterile office. We'll figure it out. And we did. I liquidated my 401k, sold my car, moved to a studio apartment. Extended family pitched in. Friends organized fundraisers. Within 3 months, we'd raised $83,000, enough for the full treatment plus expenses. I put it all in a dedicated account and made Gabriel co-signer since I traveled for work and he lived near Mom. It's perfect, Gabriel had said. I can drive her to appointments, handle the payments. You just focus on work. I've got this, sis. I should have known better. Gabriel had never got anything in his life without dropping it. The first few months went perfectly. Mom started treatment, responded well. Her color returned, her energy improved. The doctors were optimistic. I visited every weekend, and Gabriel seemed to be stepping up, taking her to appointments, managing medications, being the son she'd always hoped he'd be. Then he met Valentina. She was everything Gabriel had ever dreamed of. Instagram beautiful, came from money, had that kind of laugh that made everyone turn. She was also 23 to his 34, high maintenance, and had champagne taste on Gabriel's beer budget salary. She's the one, he told me breathlessly after dating her for 2 months. I'm going to marry her. That's great, I said carefully. But maybe focus on Mom right now? She needs us. Of course. Valentina loves Mom. They get along great. They got engaged after 4 months. Valentina immediately started planning a wedding that belonged in a magazine, destination venue, designer dress, flowers flown in from Ecuador, the works. Gabriel showed me the plans during one of Mom's chemo sessions. This is going to cost a fortune, I said, flipping through the portfolio. Valentina's parents are paying for most of it, he assured me. We just need to cover a few things. Don't worry, I've been saving. I believed him because I needed to. Because Mom was fighting for her life, and I couldn't handle one more thing. Because despite everything, he was my little brother. The first sign something was wrong came when the hospital called me directly. Ms. Martinez, we haven't received your mother's payment this month. The treatment will have to be suspended if... There must be a mistake, I interrupted. The account has plenty of money. My brother handles the payments. We've tried reaching Mr. Martinez, but... I'll handle it. I called Gabriel immediately. He answered on the third ring, noise in the background. Music, laughter, clinking glasses. Saf, what's up? I'm at Valentina's bridal shower. The hospital says Mom's payment is late. Oh shit. Yeah, I've been swamped with wedding stuff. I'll handle it tomorrow. Gabriel, she can't miss treatments. You know that. I know. I said I'll handle it. God, you always have to micromanage everything. He handled it, that month. But calls from the hospital became frequent. Payments were late, then partial, then stopped altogether. Each time, Gabriel had an excuse. Wedding stress. Bank errors. System glitches. And I, working 70-hour weeks trying to earn more money for Mom, believed him. I'll never forget the call that changed everything. I was in Detroit on a site audit when Mom's oncologist reached me. Sophia, I'm sorry to be blunt, but your mother's treatment has been suspended for 2 months. Without it, the cancer has progressed to stage 4. We need to discuss palliative care. The world tilted. That's impossible. We have the money. My brother. I'm sorry, but no payments have been received. Your mother has been trying to reach you. I flew home that night. Mom was in the hospital, a shadow of herself. The cancer had spread to her bones, her liver. She could barely speak, but she squeezed my hand. The money, she whispered. I'll find out, Mom. I promise. I drove straight to the bank. What I found there made me physically ill. The account that had held $83,000 now had $127. I printed 18 months of statements with shaking hands. The withdrawals started small, $500 here, $1,000 there. Always just under the amount that would trigger a notification to me. Then they got bigger. $5,000, $8,000, $15,000. The final withdrawal, 2 months ago, $30,000. Every single one authorized by Gabriel. The memo lines told the story. Venue deposit. Catering payment. Dress final. Honeymoon booking. Ring upgrade. He'd stolen every penny of our mother's cancer treatment fund for his wedding. I confronted him at his apartment. Valentina answered the door in a silk robe that probably cost more than a month of Mom's medication. Sophia, come see the wedding photos, they're stunning. I pushed past her. Gabriel was on the couch, surrounded by wedding albums. He looked up with a smile that died when he saw my face. Soph, you stole it. All of it. Mom's treatment money. Valentina laughed. What? Gabe said his parents gifted us the wedding money. His parent. Singular. Our mother. Who's dying because he stole her cancer treatment fund for your dream wedding. The silence was deafening. Valentina turned to Gabriel, her face pale. Tell her she's wrong. Gabriel couldn't meet her eyes. I was going to pay it back. My bonus, the tax return, I had a plan. She's dying. I screamed. Stage 4. Terminal. Because you stopped her treatment to pay for flowers and a chocolate fountain. I didn't think, he started. No, you didn't think. You never think. But this time it's killing her. Valentina stumbled backward, hand over her mouth. Oh my God, you said. You told me it was inheritance money. That your father left it for your wedding. Dad's been dead for 15 years, I said coldly. She ran to the bathroom. We could hear her being sick. Soph, please, Gabriel begged. I'll fix this. I'll get loans, sell everything. With what credit? What collateral? You spent $80,000 on a party while our mother died. I left him sobbing on his couch and went back to the hospital. Mom passed away 3 days later. Her last coherent words were asking if the treatment could start again soon. The funeral was a nightmare. Gabriel tried to play the grieving son, but I'd already told the family what he'd done. Valentina didn't come. Our aunts wouldn't speak to him. Our uncle threatened to kill him if he gave a eulogy. That's when Gabriel made his final mistake. He contested Mom's will. She'd left everything to me, the house, her savings, her life insurance. Not much, but it was all she had. Gabriel claimed undue influence, saying I'd turned her against him in her final days. He wanted half of everything. You have to help me, he begged the night before the hearing. Tell them Mom was confused. That she didn't know what she was signing. Valentina left me. I have nothing. You had $80,000, I reminded him. You chose what to do with it. If you don't help me, I'll lose everything. Like Mom did. I'm your brother. And she was our mother. The day of the probate hearing, Gabriel came to court in his wedding tux, the only suit he hadn't sold. He'd hired a lawyer with his last credit card. His strategy was simple. Paint me as a negligent daughter who'd abandoned Mom's care to him, then stolen the inheritance. My client was the one who cared for Mrs. Martinez daily, his lawyer argued. While Ms. Martinez pursued her career, Gabriel sacrificed everything to be there. That's when I opened my briefcase. Your Honor, I'd like to submit evidence. The bank statements. Every withdrawal. Every memo line. Receipts I'd gathered, $15,000 for flowers, $20,000 for catering, $8,000 for a dress worn once. Photos from social media of their lavish wedding happening while Mom lay dying. But the worst was the timeline I'd created, showing how each mistreatment correlated with a wedding payment. How Mom's condition deteriorated as Gabriel's venue got bigger. How she died 2 weeks after he paid for their honeymoon to Bora Bora. This is what my brother sacrificed for, I said, my voice steady despite my shaking hands. Not our mother. His wedding. Gabriel's lawyer went white. He'd had no idea what his client had done. The judge's face was stone. Mr. Martinez, did you have authorization to use these funds for personal expenses? She was going to die anyway, Gabriel blurted out. The doctor said even with treatment, there was no guarantee. That's enough, the judge cut him off. I've seen enough. The ruling was swift. The will stood. Gabriel got nothing. But more importantly, the judge referred the case to the district attorney for criminal prosecution. In the hallway afterward, Gabriel grabbed my arm. "How could you do this to me?" I shook him off. "I didn't do anything to you. You did this to yourself. And to Mom. She would have wanted me to be happy. She wanted to live, Gabriel. She wanted to see grandchildren. She wanted to travel. She wanted the chance to fight. You took that from her for a party." Valentina was waiting by the elevator. She looked different, older, sadder. She handed me an envelope. "The annulment papers," she said quietly. I can't be married to someone who could do that. I'm testifying for the prosecution. I kept all the receipts, all the messages where he told me it was family money gifted for our wedding. I'm so sorry about your mother. Gabriel's criminal trial is next month. He's facing charges of elder abuse, fraud, and theft. His lawyer says he'll probably get 5 to 7 years. I'll testify, not because I want revenge, but because Mom deserves justice. I drive by the venue sometimes, that perfect garden where they said their vows while Mom took her last breaths. It's popular for weddings. Happy couples taking photos where my brother traded our mother's life for his perfect day. The money's gone. Even if Gabriel could pay restitution, it won't bring Mom back. The treatment that could have saved her can't be retroactively applied. She's gone, and he has a wedding album to show for it. People ask if I forgive him. How can I? He looked our dying mother in the eye and chose flowers over chemotherapy. He held her hand while planning honeymoons with her life savings. He killed her as surely as the cancer did, just more cruelly. But the worst part? Sometimes, late at night, I remember the little boy who used to crawl into my bed during thunderstorms. The teenager who punched a kid for making fun of my braces. The young man who cried at Dad's funeral. I wonder when that person died, and if I could have saved him the way I couldn't save Mom. Then I remember the bank statements. The wedding photos dated the day Mom entered hospice. The theft that he called love. My name is Sofia Martinez. I'm a financial auditor who couldn't audit the one account that mattered until it was too late. My brother stole our mother's last chance at life for a dream wedding that lasted 6 hours. When he asked me to lie for him in court, I brought receipts instead. His wife filed for annulment before the ink dried on their marriage certificate. His family disowned him. His freedom will end with a judge's gavel. But none of that brings back the woman who raised us, who deserved better than a son who valued a party over her life. The numbers don't lie. $80,000 stolen. 1 life lost. 0 forgiveness given. Some things can't be audited away.